What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Duck, and I'm about to do 8 videos of conservative twins. Yeah, it's been a minute since I did conservative twins. I've been chilling. We're doing all the recent videos, the recent 8 videos since the 23rd of January. Just so you know. So, first video is titled Illegal Haitian Gang Member Meltdowns During Arrest as Morning ICE Raids Start in Sanctuary Cities. I'm so glad that I do multi videos because putting all of that in the title would have been annoying. Oh my gosh. Dude, that's a lot. Okay, that's a lot to read. Alright, here we go. Haitian. Let's get it. Hopefully I don't laugh too much, but I have that feeling. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be laughing. All right, let's go. Let's find out some news.
I'm not going back to Haiti.
One of those threats is this illegal alien from Haiti. ICE says he's a gang member with 17 criminal convictions in recent years.
Trump, you feel me? Yo, Biden forever, bro. Thank Obama for everything that he did for me, bro.
Already.
Imagine standing in line to vote for Biden.
Already.
Because Trump is xenophobic and hates immigrants.
Already.
When that's the people Trump and his administration is going to target. Right.
Already knew. Already knew I was gonna laugh. The stupidity of people. I voted for him because he doesn't give a fuck about us. He lets us do whatever we want. I know Trump, when Trump comes in, he's not gonna let us do whatever we want. We actually gonna have to straighten up our activities, and it's gonna be less of us doing the crimes, because now we're gonna have to pay the time. That's how they think, bro. Let's continue.
ICE Boston quickly takes down its next targets, including this illegal alien from Brazil who has an Interpol red notice for armed robbery. This Salvadoran illegal alien charged locally with rape and released by a sanctuary jurisdiction.
Señor, ¿cómo se llama?
And this Dominican illegal alien charged with assault with a deadly weapon and heroin trafficking. Officers also arrested this Guatemalan MS-13 gang member facing gun charges. ICE says he was released from local custody just the day before. Their detainer request was ignored because of sanctuary policies.
That is nuts. I've always thought from a liberal perspective that a sanctuary city was for people fleeing crime, violence, oppression, to live a better life. They actually using sanctuary cities to protect criminals, violent criminals. They're just looking for a better life. No, but you see what I'm saying? Yeah. There's a distinction between the two. I forget where I heard this, but I think I heard it on Fox News, and the way they laid it out, these sanctuary cities is like an insurrection against the federal government. Sounds like it, because why would you harbor a fugitive in your state and he's not even a citizen? Well, they commit less crimes than Americans, Kevin. Hey, man, stop patronizing me, man. These are just these people are just looking for a better life. Why can't you understand that?
Yo.
And in a sign of shifting priorities with the new Trump administration, this man, who was in the same apartment as the target, was also arrested after ICE determined he's also in the U.S. illegally. This is what ICE calls collateral.
Collateral damage.
Yo.
You guys got your main target just now, but you got somebody else. What just happened?
So our main target was released by a sanctuary jurisdiction, not honoring a detainer. Wow. That person was released back into the community, and when we went to go find him, he's with somebody else who was previously removed from the United States. So he's going to go today too.
And that is exactly what Border Czar Tom Homan has warned would happen.
When we find the bad guy, he's probably with others that are in the United States illegally. They may not be a criminal priority, but we're not walking away from them.
ICE Boston.
Okay, we got Jesus. Hey, what's your name? Pablo. Give me papers. You ain't going? Come on, you
Yep,
going?
you going to, bitch.
That's
You
what's
should have been
going on.
staying with this motherfucker.
Austin says they will continue to go into sanctuary
Yo.
jurisdictions and do their job.
Today was a good day. Today we took several significant public safety threats out of our communities. Unfortunately, a lot were released by sanctuary policies, but we're here to tell the Commonwealth and the rest of the country that we're going to find them whether they're released or not.
And guys, shortly after we finished filming, ICE Boston told us they arrested 2 more targets in other parts of town away from our cameras. One of those targets is a previously deported Honduran illegal alien who was arrested for raping a woman while putting a gun in her mouth. The other target they got is a Haitian man who first flew into the United States in 2023 as part of President Biden's controversial migrant flights mass parole program. Well, they just picked him up yesterday because he's been arrested locally for sexual assault.
Hey, that is crazy.
Damn.
I was waiting for him to say. Did you hear what he just said? Yeah. Yeah. Hey, I was waiting
What's
for him
up
to
with
say
the
that we just
sexual
nabbed a Haitian man.
violence?
He's wanted in California for eating 12 cats.
You stupid.
He was last seen. He's on the red Neopole list. Yeah. Yeah, we throwing RICO charges to him. For abducting cats and opening up a restaurant feeding people. We throwing RICO charges.
We'll send it back to you.
Bill Mallusion, it was fascinating to watch all of that. I think I was just saying to Bill, this is terrible for Joe Biden and the legacy that he tried to leave behind. A question for me, how soon will they actually be leaving the country? Does that take a long time?
It depends what country they're from. If they're from cooperable countries like El Salvador, Guatemala, countries like that, it can be quick. It can be within days or weeks. If it's countries that are harder to deport, countries that don't cooperate with the U.S. as much, it can go into a process of months. But the Trump administration is changing policies with something called expedited removal. The bottom line is people at home don't need to understand all the policies. The Trump administration is just going to work as fast as they can to get all the people you just saw on camera there out of the country as fast as possible. They're also going to use their State Department, now led by Marco Rubio, to put pressure on countries that don't cooperate with the U.S. as much when it comes to those deportations.
Bill, just two points of clarification here. It seems a lot of these crimes are associated with sex crimes. I'm just looking at the list a bit earlier today. I don't know if that generally is the case or not. And second, if Boston's a sanctuary city, how are they allowed to do this? Because we told there would be resistance.
Boston doesn't have to cooperate with ICE, but there's nothing they can do to stop ICE from coming into their city and enforcing the law. And that's exactly what happened yesterday. And that's the point ICE makes to us is, look, they don't have to cooperate with our detainer requests. They don't have to tell our officers when they're releasing somebody from jail. But we're going to do our job. We have our intel guys out in the field. We have people with eyes all over the place, and we're going to snatch those guys. So they can make ICE's job more difficult, longer, and more dangerous, but it's not going to stop ICE from doing the job, guys. The bottom line is ICE says it's safer for everybody involved if locals would just hand these guys over in jail once they're arrested, but they don't. They let them out onto the streets. They don't tell ICE about it, so ICE has to spend a lot of resources gathering intel, finding these guys, and then going out into the community to do arrests, which could be dangerous. You saw that combative Haitian man, and then you saw in the case of that one MS-13 member, his friend got snagged. They weren't even looking for him. They were looking for the MS-13 guy. They picked him up because a sanctuary jurisdiction released the MS-13 guy. ICE found him and then found the guy he was in the apartment with. They found out he was an illegal alien as well. So now he's going to be deported too.
Wow.
I don't see how you can't, like the federal government can't press charges against these municipalities. Yeah, because they're not upholding the Constitution of the United States. Yeah, because they're assisting in the harboring of fugitives. Right, like if I have a fugitive and he's running from the law and people are looking for him, and they say, hey, do you have men? And I say, no, I'm harboring a fugitive. Yeah, look, they're in the country illegally. That's a crime. But that's not good enough. Then they come out and commit a violent crime against a citizen. Right. And they still don't assist ICE. This is exactly what it is, an insurrection of the federal government. Bro. Well, Massachusetts, that's Boston. That's Warren country. Elizabeth Warren? If you want to understand how Elizabeth Warren is still in office, as worthless as she is, That's our country. That's one country up there. Yeah, it boggles the mind how white liberals and black liberals think. Well, they're not liberal because they're progressive. That's not liberal. That's psychopathic progressive. I know they call themselves liberals. Nah, you calling them liberals. They're not liberals. They're progressive. Well, I don't care what you call it. You can throw it up in the air and call it sunshine. It's still a big pile of shit.
Oh, man. Okay. Damn, they just end videos now. Okay, conservative twins a little bit different. They don't do no freaking explosion, you know, let me know that they finna end the damn video. They say, we just end them bad boys. Okay, what the fuck did we just hear? What the hell is that? Bro, they get to do all those crimes to get re-released back on the streets to do them again? Your boy's about to start watching Conservative Twins a lot more now, just to see what Trump does, you know, because this is some bullshit. Okay, that was the recentest video. Some of these are gonna go kind of alongside of what we just saw, because they're kind of older. So yeah, next video is titled "Illegal Immigrant Gang Arrested After Burglarizing Joe Burrow's Multi-million-dollar Home." Damn. Sorry, Joe Burrow.
So this is an intriguing story and development. You got 4 suspects in Ohio now under arrest in connection to the burglary at the home of Cincinnati Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow. All of them are Chilean nationals here in the U.S. illegally. For more, Alexis McAdams is to report on this now. What you find out, Alexis?
Well, like you said, I think a lot of people were wondering when there was going to be an arrest in this case. It took about a month, but the Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow was on the field. He wasn't even at his house when police say 4 migrants broke into his home, and now those men, originally from Chile, are behind bars. Police say this is the group, okay, part of a South American gang. They range in age from 22 to 38 years old. Yeah. Those are their mugshots. The 4 are now facing burglary charges after police pulled them over earlier this month and found some of Burrow's things that were stolen from his house. Like what? Well, an old LSU shirt and a Bengals hat. On December 9th, during Monday Night Football, police responded to Burrow's home. Listen to this.
You do have a shattered window into the bedroom. The bedroom has been ransacked.
Yeah, ransacked, things were taken, and they walked right out of that house. It wasn't just the Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow's house in Cincinnati, Ohio. The Ohio Attorney General says these men are behind a string of burglaries targeting multi-million-dollar homes. So what's their alibi? Well, the migrants told police they were in Ohio to see the snow. But investigators say one of their cell phones pinged a cell tower right in Burrow's neighborhood, showing they were in the area at the time of the burglary. So try to get out of that. Burrow says it's not just about what was taken. So the NFL did issue a security alert back in November telling their athletes that an organized and skilled criminal ring was targeting their houses because they knew when they'd be out of town because they could watch them on TV. After this, both Kansas City Chiefs stars Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce had their homes burglarized just a month earlier. So
No arrests in Kansas City so far, right?
No arrests in Kansas City.
I was reading about this. There are multiple investigations. They were targeting rich people, not just athletes, known as tourist burglars.
Yeah.
Like they come to the U.S.
It's been going on for a while.
Tourist visa.
Yeah, well, we know, too, right, from being in New York, how many crimes have happened here linked to migrant gangs, and they're saying that's the same thing. It's just as Dana was saying, we didn't know so much about the Chilean gangs, so it's interesting on that.
I think the Louis Vuitton bag might have been a tip-off.
I think so, maybe.
More to come, Alexis.
Thanks, Alexis. Thank you. Good to see you.
Y'all forgot to add that it was funded, all this crime is being funded by the Biden administration.
Giving all the money.
You forgot the most important part. Those Chile gang members? No, they was funded by the Biden administration. Gangs are coming here. Who said that? Who said that first? Who said conspiracy theories on the right? Republicans are spreading disinformation that gangs and mental institutions is being emptied into the United States. Every time they label something as a conspiracy theory, it's later proven that we are right. Yeah. I'm not shocked. Think like these people that come here, oh, they commit less crimes than Americans. As soon as they get here, illegally, they're committing a crime. You know these migrants, illegal immigrants, they ain't nothing but a leech. A what? A leech. All they doing is looking for a host so they can suck their blood and resources out of. That's all they doing.
They found Joe.
Because think about it. They come here, they spend all that money getting here. They come here and they get pregnant so they can have the kids here, so they be citizens. We pay for all that. You know what I'm saying? People are just leeches. I ain't never heard nobody explain like that. Yeah, they looking for a host. Like a parasite. Yeah. And then they work here illegally, take all that money and send it to Mexico. Yeah. Some of them are good people though.
Some of them.
Hey, but hey, let me say this. Like I seen a video of how as soon as Trump came into office, right? Mm-hmm. They're like doing away with all of Biden's policies. They created an app and everything for these people. For people to come in the country illegally. Yeah, let's watch this.
The Trump administration ended use of the border app called CBP-1 on Monday, a program that allowed nearly 1 million people to legally enter the U.S. with eligibility to work.
Wow. 1 million? Only 1 million? I mean, 1 million is a bunch. Man, the Biden administration created an app to traffic illegal immigrants into the country. So they can use them as cheap labor, slave labor. Yeah. This is trafficking right here. Yeah. Ran by the government.
I'm Valerie Gonzalez with the Associated Press here in Matamoros, just across from Bronzeville, Texas. Just a couple of minutes ago, we saw two large groups of migrants who had CBP-1 appointments for today and for 2 days from now. They were brought from the airport, they told us, here to the bridge. They were allowed to go inside, and where they were told that all appointments were canceled. Yep. They were escorted out, many of them not knowing where to go or what comes next.
Hey, they came all the way here. You mean to tell me they can't find what to do next? Yeah. Why are we giving these people preferential treatment to break our federal immigration laws?
50 migrants rolled their suitcases back to the Mexican side of the bridge. They considered their next options with near freezing temperatures in the forecast. All along the U.S.-Mexico border, on Monday, asylum seekers learned that their appointments were no longer valid.
No tengo ninguna respuesta para responderle a mi niño. ¿Qué va a pasar? Le viene y me pregunta qué va a pasar. ¿Qué respuesta le doy yo a mi niño? No tengo ninguna respuesta, porque no sé qué va a pasar con nosotros en la calle.
That's a lot of stuff. Like you packed your whole life and came here.
All right, now more. That's probably what they did.
Yeah. I mean, I feel sorry for you, but you put yourself and your family in that position. Yeah, and you know what you was doing is illegal. Not only that, the Biden administration put you in the position. Yeah, okay. That's the Biden administration's fault. Yeah, these people are looking for a better life. Like, they're here for economic reasons. It's not that they actually meet the requirements to seek asylum. Yeah, to seek asylum. They're not asylum seekers. They're looking for a host. The leech is looking for a host. Yeah. Yeah, and I feel I have some sympathy for the mother, but you know what? You should only blame yourself, because if you're going to migrate to a company, if you're going to do it the right way, you're supposed to be financial stable to even come here. You can't rely on someone else to baby you and take care of you and give you preferential treatment when everybody before you came here legally and they did it the right way and they financed their own migration to the United States. Yeah. You have several people to blame, yourself and the Biden administration. Yeah. Yeah. Illegal immigrants are treated better than U.S. veterans as far as money-wise. Yeah, they come here, we finance their travel here, they have a baby. After they came into the country illegally, we give them citizenship. We pay for the baby's birth. Yeah, taxpayers. Yeah, we give them jobs over American citizens, pay them far less, and they take that money and send it back home. Yeah, a lot of times, yeah. Yeah, Trump did it with that birth citizenship. Yeah. I thought it was, initially I said, no, you shouldn't take that away, but man, you have to take it away because people are exploiting it. That's the main reason people are coming here, because they're exploiting that. Yeah, they did that. Well, the 14th Amendment was for slaves who were brought here against their will. Right. And their children when they had babies here in America. That's what it was for. It wasn't for people to come here and exploit our federal immigration laws to have kids here, call them anchor babies so they can stay. Yeah, they're exploiting the system, so he did away with it. I think we're the only country that actually does that anyway. Yeah, we're the only country that does it. Yeah. So if you take away the incentive to come here legally, the illegal immigration stops.
That's true. That is true. That is true. It will stop if you take that away. You gotta take away the benefits that they have to come illegally to our country and just exploit all our kindness practically. That's why you gotta be mean, bro. That's why you see Trump being mean sometimes. It seems like he's being mean. You gotta bully the bullies. You gotta be the #1 bully. It just works, man. It just works. If you bully them first, they can't bully you back. Oh man, this is funny. That shit is crazy. What be happening? Yeah. All right. Next video is titled "Woke Bishop Goes on The View to Respond to President Trump's tweet bashing her." Okay. You went to Twitter for that? Freaking Bishop, bro. Y'all see that shit? Did y'all see that shit? Did y'all see Trump's face and Vance's face when they was listening to that shit? Yo. That shit had me dying. I ain't gonna even lie. All right, let's watch.
There was a national prayer service yesterday in D.C. led by Bishop Marion Edgar Budde, who made this plea to the newly elected president. Watch.
Mr. President, millions have put their trust in you. And as you told the nation yesterday, you have felt the providential hand of a loving God. In the name of our God, I ask you to have mercy upon the people in our country who are scared now.
Scared now? Who?
There are gay, lesbian, and transgender children in Democratic, Republican, and independent families. Some who fear for their lives.
Why should they fear for their life?
And the people who pick our crops and clean our office buildings, who labor in poultry farms and meat packing plants, who wash the dishes after we eat in restaurants and work the night shifts in hospitals. They may not be citizens.
Look at Trump.
Or have the proper documentation.
Oh man.
But the vast majority of immigrants are not criminals.
Oh, he didn't like that.
Oh man.
Y'all, you telling him to have mercy on people who are scared. Why is these people scared? Because they've been lied to by the media. Yeah. There's no transgender, there's no LGBTQ or Republican or Democrat that should be scared because President Trump is in office. Yeah. That's just an absurd thing to say. Yeah.
Trump did not get the message, and now he's demanding an apology. So here to respond, please welcome Bishop Marion Edgar Budde. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So let me ask you this. You seem to have more fearlessness than anyone in Congress right now, ma'am. What made you decide to use that opportunity for this message, or didn't you have any apprehension about it?
Thank you, first of all, for allowing me to be with you today. My responsibility that morning, yesterday morning, was to reflect, to pray with the nation for unity. And as I was pondering what are the foundations of unity, I wanted to emphasize respecting the honor and dignity of every human being, basic honesty and humility. And then I also realized that that unity requires a certain degree of mercy and compassion and understanding. And so knowing that a lot of people, as I said, in our country right now are really scared, I wanted to take the opportunity in the context of that of service for unity to say we need to treat everyone with dignity, and we need to be merciful. And I was trying to counter the narrative that is so divisive and polarizing, and in which real people are being harmed.
Okay.
You know, Bishop, I was struck by your tone. You were so gentle, you were so respectful, you were very demure and very mindful. And you said all of this with Trump, J.D. Vance, and their families, including Melania, an immigrant, and Usha Vance, a child of immigrants, sitting there.
Immigrants?
Right.
And
Legal immigrants. Yeah, stop conflating immigrants with legal. You have to be legal immigrant. These people here illegally. Why should we treat a criminal the same as a legal resident or a legal immigrant? Man, I'm getting upset. Yeah, I'm gonna cuss this woman of God out. Well, I take the bait. Ain't no woman of God. This woman right here, man, I don't know just by the haircut. She shouldn't be a pastor. Yeah.
their reactions were very visible for all of us to see. You could see their faces. Were you paying attention to how your message was received by them in that moment? And do you think it sunk in even a little bit?
Nope.
You know, I've been preaching for a long time, and I've long since given up trying to read people's body language as I'm preaching.
Because you have no emotional
I would be wrong most of the time. So I don't know. I was aware that obviously people were listening, but I couldn't allow myself in that moment to I just had to keep going, right? I had what I felt was on my heart to say, and I had to leave it to them, to all of us, to take from whatever my words were to heart in whichever way they could, and leave, as they say, leave the rest to God.
Bishop, predictably, you seem to strike a nerve. President Trump initially said yesterday it was, quote, not a good service, unquote. But overnight, he took to social media to say you were a, quote, radical left hardline Trump hater, unquote, that you brought the church into politics and that you owe your church and the public an apology. Now, given your role, it doesn't seem...
I'm sorry to stop this again, but where was this energy when Obama was in office? Yeah. Out of all the presidents we've ever had, he deported the most people. Yeah. Where was this energy then? Yeah, but more importantly, when someone goes to church, they want to hear you preach the gospel. They don't want to hear your politics. Yeah. When you start preaching politics, you're no longer a pastor. You're no longer a bishop. You're no longer a priest. You're no longer a church. You're no longer a person of God.
Surprising that you would speak out for the...
Well, you can still be a person of God if you're a conservative.
Yeah.
if you're Democrat, you're no longer. If it's outside the
bro,
boundaries
you just go outside
biblical references, then you're not a pastor or a priest or anything. You're not a person of God. You can't take the Bible and spin it to fit your own agenda. Yeah, that's exactly what she did. Yeah,
for the marginalized.
That's why I really select my churches that I go to. Like, I gotta select them now, because the moment they bring politics into it, I'm like, all right, bro. Nah, I'm not down with this. Can't do it.
Exactly what she did. Yeah.
For the marginalized, as anyone who's read the Bible and knows the path of Jesus. But do you think your message is being misconstrued and politicized?
It's being politicized?
It's
a political message.
Well, sure. Yeah, but I think if you read what I said, and I mean, how could it not be politicized, right? We're in a hyper political climate. One of the things I caution about is the culture of contempt in which we live, that immediately rushes to the worst possible interpretations of what people are saying and to put them in categories
it's our fault. We make
such as the ones you've just described. That's part of the air we breathe now. And I was trying to speak a truth that I felt needed to be said, but to do it in as respectful and kind a way as I could. And also to bring other voices into the conversation, which voices that had not been heard in the public space for some time.
And Bishop, given that we live in such a divided time as you've reflected on, and knowing how this message might be received by Trump supporters, I wonder if your words may have had more impact if they were shared one-on-one with the president. And was there an opportunity to have that conversation?
Exactly.
I've never been invited into a one-on-one conversation with President Trump.
Okay.
And I
want to.
You know, I would welcome that opportunity. I have no idea how that would go. I can assure him and everyone listening that I would be as respectful as I would with any person, and certainly of his office, for which I have a great deal of respect. But the invitation would have to come from him.
Wait a minute. He's at your church.
What?
You pretty much bad-mouthing him and his family, his politics, his policies, his administration. You're saying people are scared and it's his fault. Yeah, he's in your church, and you don't think if you just simply asked for a one-on-one conversation with him, he wouldn't have gave it to you? I mean, he is a man of God. Yeah. That's why he's in church. Yeah. Instead, you tried to make this a political statement. Yeah. To make Trump, his family, his administration look bad. Yeah. By painting all of them something that they are not. Yeah, I think she's being disingenuous. I think you had ulterior motives before you even got there. Yeah. Then make yourself look good in front of your progressive, your liberal people that follow you. You want someone, man, you're just looking for, I think you're clout chasing.
There we go. There go the word.
You know, as part of their crackdown on immigration, the Trump administration has already overturned policies to now allow ICE to go into what have been deemed legally sensitive areas.
Why are y'all talking to a bishop about this? Yeah. Hey, look, you know what? Why don't y'all talk to her about abortion? Yeah. Why don't y'all talk about that? Yeah, this is like so out of our purview. Like these raids that's going to be taking place to get rid of illegal immigrants out of our country. Like, if you're a criminal, the government has a right to locate you and arrest you. Like, if I break the law, I skip court, or I'm a fugitive from justice, they have a right to come into areas and arrest me. Yeah. Why are y'all giving these people that's here in our country illegally a pass? Because they might be in a church, a hospital, or anywhere at home. I mean, it don't make no sense. Yeah, I want y'all to talk to her about abortion. But y'all not. This is a smear campaign on Trump, his administration, his supporters. Yeah, I wouldn't deny that y'all in cahoots with one another. Yeah, where they are now.
As a woman of the cloth, how do you feel that the church, which has been a place of sanctuary since at least 511, and it actually predates Christianity to Roman and Greek times, that the church is no longer viewed that way by some?
Right. It's heartbreaking on one level. Let me be clear that it was never encoded in law. Any of the police officers and officials could come into our churches if they felt they had just cause. Now, they would need a warrant. They would need all the legal requirements to enter into such spaces, private spaces, as they would be necessary elsewhere, because churches are public spaces. They could go into them always. But you are right. It has been a practice. It has been an unwritten policy that there are some places, and particularly churches, schools, and other places where all sorts of
policy does not trump law. Yeah. I wouldn't doubt if they had the authority in churches, they would actually hide these people. We use their churches as sanctuary to protect illegal immigrants. Especially this church. I want to hear y'all talk about abortion.
Sorts of people gather to create a sense of safety and to allow people's basic human and spiritual needs to be met. We have a lot of churches in our particular denomination that are that meet the needs of immigrants and other vulnerable populations, and we need now to be especially mindful and to make sure that basic human rights are protected and people's needs can be met.
Well,
and we will continue to do that work.
Thank you so much for showing people what empathy looks like. Thank you very much. Our thanks to Bishop Marion Edgar Buddy. There was a national prayer service yesterday in D.C. led by...
Yeah, that's more, I mean, the people that are scared, and I don't deny people are Simply because people are stupid and gullible and they believe anything they hear on TV. But that's not indictment on Trump's administration. That's indictment on the liberal press. Y'all been lying about this man, saying he's a threat to democracy, that he's Hitler, and all these crazy, absurd mischaracterizations. I mean, that's an indictment on you people, not him. And then you're going to have him come to church and blame him for the people that's scared. Yeah. If you're in the country illegally, you don't have a right to be here. You don't have a right to be here. How about the compassion for the American citizen?
That's weird. That's weird what they chose to talk to her about. Yeah, no. The moment you make church with mix church with politics, I'm not down for that. Don't do that. Nah, because that's not something you do, bro. You do not try to next video, bro. Next video. Trump owns leftist journalist during press conference on Jan 6. Pardons. Alright. Short video. 6-minute video.
Have served years of jail, their lives have been ruined, and in many cases, listen to me for a second. Sorry. Stop interrupting. I
apologize. Among those you pardoned, DJ Rodriguez, he drove a stun gun into the neck of a D.C. police officer who was abducted by the mob that day. He later confessed on video to the FBI and pleaded guilty for his crimes. Why does he deserve a pardon?
Well, I don't know. Was it a pardon? Because we're looking at commutes and we're looking at pardons. Okay, well, we'll take a look at everything. But I can say this. Murderers today are not even charged. You have murderers that aren't charged all over. You take a look at what's gone on in Philadelphia. Take a look at what's gone on in L.A., where people murder people and they don't get charged. These people have already served years in prison. And they've served them viciously. It's a disgusting prison. It's been horrible. It's inhumane. It's been a terrible, terrible thing. I also say this: you go to Portland, where they wrapped police officers, shot police officers. Nothing happened to anybody. You go to Seattle, where they took over a big chunk of the city and people died. Portland, a lot of people died. Wait a minute. And you go also, take a look at Minneapolis, because I was there and I watched it. And if I didn't bring in the National Guard, that city wouldn't even exist today. People were killed and nobody went to jail. So these people have already served a long period of time, and I made a decision to give a pardon. Joe Biden gave a pardon yesterday to a lot of criminals. These are criminals that he gave a pardon to. Yeah. And you should be asking that question. People. Why did he give a pardon to all of these people that committed crimes? Why did he give a pardon to the J6 Unselect Committee when they burned and destroyed all documents which showed that they did what was wrong, not me? Wait a minute. Why did they give a pardon to all of his relatives, his brother who made millions of dollars, to all these different people? He gave pardons. That's the question you should be. But these people have served years of jail. Their lives have been ruined. And in many cases, listen.
Exactly. Yeah. Why would you pardon everybody on the January 6th committee? Yeah, why would you do that? I mean, that sounds absurd. Why would you pardon a committee that was there to hold people accountable for what they did that day? Yeah, I'll tell you why. Because the shaman, that guy that got all those years in prison, and he didn't get released till Tucker Carlson did a news story on it, and he got his hands on some of that footage, and got him released. He was looking at 5 years. And I think it was longer than that. He was actually escorted in by the police, and he said a prayer in chambers. He got arrested. I think he was sentenced to like 15 years for that. Exactly. That's why they needed a pardon. Yeah. Because this is why they went after January 6ers and the way they went after Trump. They tried to turn Trump into a pariah, right? When they couldn't throw him in jail, when they couldn't make him into a pariah, they tried to go after his followers, his supporters, so people wouldn't support him. Look how they put everybody in jail around Trump for little petty offenses. Right. Trump's been persecuted. Everybody around Trump has been persecuted. His voters, his supporters have been persecuted. Yeah. Why ain't Trump in jail for 34 felonies? Yeah, they tried to make him into a pariah, and that's why they deleted all that footage, because it covers up their crimes, the January 6th committee. But he's asking not only that crimes, Joe Biden's crimes, his brother's crimes. I mean, shouldn't you be asking the question, 34 felons, have that ever happened in an American criminal, civil history or criminal history? Has somebody got 34 felonies and did not do 1 day in jail? No community service, no fines, no nothing. Well, I think he got something. He didn't get anything. Nothing. Like y'all holding Trump to this standard that y'all don't hold Democrats to. That's crazy. When he gave a pardon to Hunter Biden, he gave him a blanket pardon for like a decade. Yeah. Or something like that. His whole family. I don't get that, man. Why? Because this is what the Democrats are saying. Oh, because Trump, we put Trump in court. He had to go through all these legal proceedings while he was as president and when he wasn't president. Yeah. So now he's going to come after us because we were always doing the right thing. Right. We got high morals over here. That's why we went after him. Yeah. If you got such high morals, you got such great integrity, why do you need a pardon? I mean, Trump is the most vetted president we've had. Let's see if Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, his family, his people he worked with, let's see if they can withstand the same scrutiny as Donald Trump. I don't think so, man. They ain't even been investigated. And it's all out in the open. We know about Hunter Biden, his laptop, his dealings overseas with a company in Ukraine getting paid millions of dollars. You don't even have to dig much. Yeah, it's all right there. I could solve that investigation. All I need is about 3 days, about a couple $100,000. I can solve that investigation in 2 days. Yeah. But this dude, when I ask him questions about why he's pardoning a January 6th, most of those people, when it's obvious. Yeah, most of those people are politically persecuted. They just arrested them because they're there. I know people like that. Yeah. I mean, can you think of anything where Black Lives Matter was out there rioting? Yeah. And they were put in jail? Arrested? Nope. Why don't you give Dr. Fauci a pardon? That just shows you the criminality of the entire Biden administration. But they'll be the first ones to tell you no one is above the law. That was the talking point they were sharing all across TV, social media. Hey, this is great. No one's above the law.
Except for us. I forgot that part.
Joke. They ain't fools is what they are. Huh? You're damn fools.
Man, that's funny. I just like they start asking the hard questions when the motherfucker that's actually competent can answer the hard questions. But when the soft motherfuckers in there, they don't ask no hard question. Like, bruh, what the fuck? Like, treat every president the same. You ask everybody the hard questions. I don't give a shit if they can't even speak. They can't speak. They shouldn't even be doing a damn job. They can't stand up for too long and pay attention. They shouldn't be doing a damn job, bro. Fuck, man. This video is lengthy. Next video. The View reaction to Trump's epic first day moves and the release of Jan 6ers is priceless. Gotta get some more water. Stay hydrated, people. Alright, let's see. 20 minutes. Let's see this video. Damn, is this the last video? 20 minutes? Nah, I got 3 more videos. Damn, okay.
Yesterday, did something happen? Did something happen yesterday? Yes, it was Martin Luther King Day. Yes. That's a good one. Well, in addition to Martin Luther King Day, a certain person, Donald Trump, was sworn back into the White House as the 47th president. Now, high-profile Democrats were in attendance along with Republican officials who all sat behind big tech oligarchs with the best seats in the House. Yeah. Trump gave a preview of what we're in for the next 4 years.
There wasn't oligarchs when Biden was in office. Yeah, it wasn't oligarchs when Biden was calling Facebook, and this has been confirmed by Zuckerberg himself, the CEO, that, hey, you need to take this down. Yeah. Correct information that was true. But now they're oligarchs because Trump's in office, and man, come on.
Take a look.
My recent election is a mandate to completely and totally reverse a horrible betrayal. For American citizens, January 20th, 2025 is Liberation Day. We will begin the process of returning millions and millions of criminal aliens back to the places from which they came. I will direct all members of my cabinet to marshal the vast powers at their disposal to defeat what was record inflation and rapidly bring down costs and prices. We will forge a society that is colorblind and merit-based. It will henceforth be the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female. My proudest legacy will be that of a peacemaker and unifier. That's what I want to be.
So if he's sending all the criminals away, where is he going? And what better way to unify the country than by ripping families apart and punishing anyone who doesn't fall in line? So
that is break the law. Crazy mischaracterization. Yeah.
What the fuck did you just say?
Well, I'm going to jail, breaking up my family. Yeah. But whose fault is that? Yours.
Yours,
My
yeah.
fault. When you break the law, you're going to be separated from your family. That's nobody's fault but the person committing the crime.
I watched the whole thing because I have a certain masochistic streak in me.
You do.
What about the rest of you?
Yeah, I watched it. Just the speech part. A lot of the revelry, it was hard because this is not someone I voted for, so I did not feel like sitting around and watching it. But the speech itself, I remember when it was done, my first reaction was, you know, what is this country he speaks of? Because I immediately couldn't reconcile the way I see the country and the people and how it is right now and where he saw it. It was, he didn't say carnage, but he said carnage pretty much in everything else. You remember the reference from his first inauguration when he said carnage. I just kind of felt this dark feeling. And then he had this kind of martyr-like, you guys are downtrodden and almost irreparable. You can't save this place, but I can. And it had this godlike complex without any Jesus qualities. It was kind of like a juxtaposition. But
well, that's how we see him. Because people like you are destroying this country. Yeah, I mean, the words he chose would be better suited for organizations like Black Lives Matter. Exactly. Or the LGBTQ community. Right. Why would you say that about Donald Trump, though?
I was really disappointed, not surprised, just to be clear, but disappointed that there wasn't one kind thing to say about the outgoing administration. Because even...
contraire. He was merciless to the outgoing.
What the fuck would you say anything good? Ain't nothing good happened.
Even if you find it really hard, there could have been... They spent the morning together. They had a welcome tea. President Biden and Vice President Harris did everything we all criticized Donald Trump throughout the door. They did all the traditions of handing off the baton. And he couldn't even muster up one small thing to say, thank you for kindly welcoming us back or something.
I mean, is this woman in a different reality? Y'all persecuted this guy. Yeah, 34 felons, $100 million lawsuit for sexual abuse that occurred some 30, 40 years ago. Yeah, he weaponized the Justice Department, had his house raided. And y'all want him to show mercy for Joe Biden? Call
they
him
want him to be soft.
She says a lot of good stuff, but then she just goes right off the rails. She's an intelligent woman. Her and that other white girl, they're both intelligent women. It's just that they're women, and they put compassion above everything. Logic, and it clouds their logic. But you want Trump to be nice and
super nice,
and friendly
by the way.
to Biden when they've done all these things to Trump, his family. January 6th,
fuck him over.
You freaking persecute them, and they're in jail because they're Trump supporters. Yeah. How many people went to jail during the Summer of Love for Black Lives Matter? Very few people that so-called insurrection, very few people were bad apples. Yeah, how about they burned down police stations in Seattle? Mm-hmm. They took over areas in certain cities and called them, forget what they called them. Yeah, in Seattle. They blocked off and they claimed it to be their own city, which is actually an insurrection. Yeah, people was taking over parts of cities in America and calling them like new cities and kicking the police out. Yeah. How many people actually died because of that? Nuts.
It was a kind of a gut punch of sorts.
Well, that's not who he is, right? I mean, he's not a statesman. That's not who he is. And I decided to protect my peace and celebrate Martin Luther King Jr.'s Day yesterday. So,
see how petty and childish these women are? He even brought up Martin Luther King. If you out of respect, right? He brought up Martin Luther King. He said he's going to continue his vision to judge people by the content of their character. That's what he wanted. Right. He referenced that in his speech.
He did.
But he's not a statesman. These lady, they're statesmen. Y'all statesmen. Yeah.
I did not watch the inauguration. My sorority sisters of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated had a service day in Harlem yesterday, and I enjoyed that. I went to Buffalo Wild Wings.
No, she didn't. Her and her husband was at the attorney's office. How can we beat these charges? That's what she was at. That's what she was worried about.
And watched Notre Dame, unfortunately, not be victorious, but I went with a bunch of my law school buddies, and we ate wings, and thank you, Tony, who's the manager there, for making me feel good.
But you go to law school and still be this stupid? Yeah, because you have to have a logical mind. You have to, a majority of the law is based on philosophy and logic. Yeah. How do you go to law school and you still are not smart? The LSAT, it's like the test you have to take to get into law school. It's like a test on your critical thinking and logic. Right. If you get a poor LSAT score, colleges will not accept you. What law school did you go to? Yeah. Or you know what it is? She's a logical person when it's outside of politics. Right. That's what. But when it comes to politics, she doesn't use logic. She becomes an activist. Yeah. She uses her compassion, her feelings.
The one thing that I did think about was the hypocrisy of having a man be inaugurated to be president on the same day as we commemorate MLK.
Well, there's no hypocrisy. It just fell Martin Luther King Day.
It just fell on the day, bro. Like, damn.
So he moved his inauguration up a day or before the Martin Luther King Day? No, we're not doing that. We've been waiting long enough. Yeah, we've waited 4 years.
And that same man saying that he was going to get rid of diversity, equity, and inclusion.
The irony of it.
The irony of it, because Martin Luther King not only wanted racial equality, he wanted economic equality.
Yeah. And that he said based on the content of your character, he was for people's merits, not simply because of your skin color. Y'all want people to work at a job or get hired for a job based on the color of their skin. Yeah, just like the Supreme Court Justice. Yeah. Ketanji? Yeah, Ketanji Brown Jackson, who they say he appointed her because she's black. No, he appointed her because of her politics. She's an activist. She's not a judge. She's going to do everything out of her power to do anything to avoid the Constitution. Yeah, and what Biden actually did, he exploited her skin color. Yeah, made her a token to keep women like these ladies and black women voting a certain way. You people are being taken advantage of, and you don't even realize it. I mean, you can't have an ounce of integrity in your body when you bring up the word hypocrisy and you use it for.
That is something that people tend to miss. And I want to remind people that he said that Black Americans deserved reparations for the injustices they faced. He argued that reparations were a form of justice, in fact, not charity. And he said, quote, "It's all right to tell a man to lift himself by his own bootstraps, but it is cruel jest to say to a bootless man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps."
Yeah.
When did Martin Luther King say that? In the 1960s? What year we in? It's 2020. It's 2025. It's been 65 years. Look, that man has been dead for 60 years. Yeah, it's kind of missing some context because when he said it was a different time. But I want to say this. You can give every black person in this country $2.5 million. they'll be broke within 5 years. They will have nothing to their name because even though their bank account changed, the knowledge that they carry has not changed. You're not going to be able to maintain that $1 million. Giving black men, black women, or any group of people reparation for something that happened 400 or 500 years ago, a monetary stipend or whatever you want to call it, it's not going to fix the solution. It's not going to fix the problem. Yeah. It's going to be a short-term solution at best. Yeah, it's going to make things. You think inflation is a problem now? Yeah.
It will be worse.
That would probably be in the quadrillions. Hey, man, I want to hear the other white girl talk. The other white girl disappointed me today. I keep forgetting her names. Why? The other white girl's Alyssa. Yeah, Alyssa. Hopefully she...
And so in thinking about that, and Donald Trump saying things that this country would be a meritocracy, you're talking about a man who didn't become the president of the United States because of merit.
What?
He hasn't had he had no political experience whatsoever. He had no business experience. He was given everything that he has. He is
he inherited hundreds of millions of dollars from his dad, but he turned those into billions. Yeah, he didn't inherit hundreds of millions of dollars. How much was it? He inherited a lot from his dad, but Trump turned his dad's success into an empire for his entire family. Yeah, just because you inherit money doesn't mean you got to be able to maintain. Build. You got to have a brain. You got to be able to build upon it. Yeah, perfect example. Joe Biden's son. Yeah, he's a crackhead. No, see, what these people do is misrepresent people. Yeah. To disparage them. Gaslight. Yeah.
Is a legacy hire. He is, if anything, a DEI hire. A didn't earn it hire. And so, those were just some of the things that I was thinking about.
So I watched it. I always watched the inauguration. I was covering it for CNN as well. But I was watching and thinking it's time to retire the phrase normalizing Donald Trump. Donald Trump is normalized, whether you like it or not. 75 million people voted for him. He is now as much a part of American history as George Bush, Barack Obama, and any other two-term president. And I was shocked by the imagery of he left 4 years ago in disgrace. He left, barely anyone showed up when he announced his reelection 2 years ago. And now he came back to D.C. like a conquering king. He had the biggest titans of industry there. He had celebrities. He had fashion designers. He had Democrats and every former president there. And I think that it's a moment to take note of why he won and the reasons that he did, but also Democrats are not a footnote in this. They had 4 years to beat him. They had the chance to make a case against him. 4 years ago, they had the White House, the House, the Senate, and Silicon Valley. Now they have none of those above. My posture is this. You guys know my criticisms of Donald Trump. They remain. I'm going to pray for the president. I'm going to thank him when he does things that are good, like the hostage deal. I commend him. I am grateful for that. And I'm going to call it out when he does things that are reckless and dangerous. Getting the Israeli hostages and American hostages. And I'm going to call it out when he does things that are...
You're talking about Trump now?
Yes, that are...
I thought it was Biden who's been negotiating.
Both work together.
But... okay, this conflict... Oh my God, what's wrong with these people? This conflict in Israel started when Biden was in office. Didn't happen when Trump was in office. But by coincidence, days before Trump takes power, now there's a resolution to the problem out there. It's a ceasefire. And they've been at war for what, the last 2 years? Something like that? Yeah, it's been a while. It's been going on years. But before you start the video, what's the bird brain in yellow? Her husband's allegedly a criminal. I'm bad at names, man. I know Alyssa because she's the smartest one on there. I mean, they do it to Trump all the time. They don't call him by his name or say a president. Just call her the Puerto Rican. Yeah, I'm going to call her the Puerto Rican one. I'm going to call her the person of color on him, right? Bruh. She said Trump is a DEI. I tell you someone who is a DEI, Kamala Harris. Nobody voted for her. Yeah. You know who else is a DEI? The Puerto Rican on this show. The only reason why you're on this show is because of your physical attributes, your race, not because of your brain. That's why you're on the show.
Well, and finally, and I'm going to call it out when he does something that I think is dangerous and reckless, like we're going to get to pardoning dangerous January 6th. Yeah.
Well, I have...
Oh, come on. I think I agree with... You know what? Wait a minute. We're not going to agree on everything, but I agree with 95% of what she said.
95,
at least we have some ground to stand on. Kevin, who was dangerous during January 6th? There was some violent people there. Okay, there was breaking windows. Mm-hmm. That's violent. Okay, that's violence. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the only why they were pursued because they were Trump supporters. How many of those people were arrested during the riots for the guy that overdid? During the summer of 2021? Right. How many of them were prosecuted? I don't think hardly any. Didn't Kamala go get money to bail those people out? That's what they say. I haven't fact checked it, but I wouldn't be shocked if it was true. They've already been there long enough for what they did. Right. How many people have been released out of jail? I'm talking about violent black criminals that went out and did crazy stuff up in New York City. Black Lives Matter and stuff. Where was this energy then from these ladies? Right. You see what I'm saying? Right. Yeah, the people that's being a pardon, they've all served a lot of time in jail. Yeah. So they didn't get away with the crime that they committed. Majority of those people being politically persecuted, the ones that was violent, they didn't get off scot-free. They've been in jail for a long time. Yeah. And some of these people, like the guy with the shaman who went to the House of Representatives, and he prayed, they sentenced him to 15 years. He was escorted by the police, and he said a prayer. And he was not violent at all. That's why I see this whole January 6th committee, they were biased, and it was political persecution because of who they voted for. So all of them need to be released. That's why Biden, he pardoned, gave them a preemptive pardon. Everybody in the January 6th committee. That's why I don't like everybody who persecuted. That's why I don't like what Alyssa said. Yeah. I understand you on the show, Alyssa, and you gotta give them something. You gotta give them something. But hey, 98%. You can't give them nothing. You ain't got nothing. Hey, Keith, you know what? You can reason with her. You can have a dope conversation with her. Hey, Kevin, these other women, she still didn't vote for Trump. Why? I guess she don't want to get fired from the show. You think she's lying?
I'm saying.
Maybe she did vote for him, and she's just saying that to be on the show. Because how you can sound like this, sound so smart, intelligent. Yeah. Maybe she did vote for him. She had to, but why would you vote for Joe Biden? It don't make no sense. Or Kamala Harris.
I have to say, I was in Guatemala. I was there for a funeral, which reminded me of how frail life is, and not to waste time on doing things that bring you
and life is just by looking at this show.
No joy and make you infuriated, like watching her swearing in. Yeah. So I didn't watch a single second of it. I did read the speech, and I read a lot about it, and I saw pictures. And when I was reading the speech as I was coming back, first of all, I'm going to pray for America. I'm also going to say, he calls himself a peacemaker. He wants to invade Panama, people. Panama is our ally. They haven't done a damn thing. Everything he is saying about Panama, and it struck me because I was in the region. Okay, that region is full of crazy people who don't like the United States, like Cuba, like Nicaragua, like Venezuela. The country of Panama is our longest, strongest ally in that region. Huh? Everything he is saying about the Chinese running the Panama Canal is a lie. It is run by the Panama Canal Authority.
I haven't did any of my research on this. Yeah, but I would believe Trump over you any day by default because you constantly lie. I've not heard you make an honest take on anything. So I haven't did research on it too, but from what I heard, Panama is broken a treaty that we signed into law, and they're taking advantage of America, and Trump wants to stop that. That's the gist of what Trump has come from. I don't know what the hell she's talking about. She's talking about invading Panama.
That's what she's talking about. I was like, what?
He is a liar in chief. That brought back that he's not going to be a peacemaker. I mean, this guy is already in verbal war with Canada, Greenland, Denmark. By the way, they want to take over Canada and Greenland. He can't even stand.
I can't talk. I can't listen to this. You can call him a peacemaker 2 days before he got in office. You can call him a peacemaker when he was in office. We had no wars. 2 days before he takes power, there's a ceasefire in Israel. Yeah. How can you not call him a peacemaker? Yeah. Man, my heart is beating hard.
Oh, shit.
I get anxiety listening to stuff like this. It's like these people are gaslighting, and the audience is cheering them on like, I don't know, like, at that show, they hold up signs, applaud everybody. We've been like they're puppets. Like they hold up signs, applaud. We went on a Chicago show years ago, it was in Chicago, and it was a show very reminiscent of this show. And at times, you would see, like, flashing, telling the crowd to laugh and applaud and stuff. It's like, they're puppets out in the crowd. These ladies are idiots. And
they still do that?
Yeah. What? Yeah. Listen, man. Listen, all right. Girl, ain't she? Yeah, Lissa's all right. Lissa's a good girl. I don't think you should call her a good girl, a good woman. Nah, you talking down. I'm misogynistic. I'm a Republican. That's a good girl right there. Yeah.
Man. Of course. Man. That went sexual real quick, didn't it, at the end? Damn, they make me want to look up certain things, bro. Holy shit. I could not watch The View. Hell no. From what I've seen, just from the Hodgetwins alone, I can't watch that show. Can't watch whatever the fuck they be talking about. I got like a mini headache coming on. That shit crazy. A next video is titled Trump and Vance family scowl at woke bishop while she lectures them about politics. Yeah. This is probably the same. Yeah, this same woman. That's interesting. They did multiple videos on her. Okay. I only saw the one where in the inauguration before he got up to his speech. That's the only thing I saw. So all of this kind of new to me.
In the name of our God, I ask you to have mercy upon the people
It's a different video, right?
in our country who are scared now.
Oh, here we go.
There are gay, lesbian, and transgender children in
You gonna burn in hell,
Democratic, Republican, and independent families.
Man, look at Trump's face. Yeah. Look at Melania's face. Melania. And look at Vance's, man. I can't go anywhere without running into a crazy person. Okay, this pastor, but she's not a pastor. She's actually just an activist. Yeah. I mean, actually, when you bring political ideology in the church, you should lose your tax exempt status. Yeah, because you're no longer a religion. You're no longer a church. You're pushing a narrative, an idea. And she's definitely LGBTQ, right? Why is she even a pastor? You're trying to lead your stock, your flock.
Yo.
You're trying to lead your flock. She's trying to lead the flock astray. Yeah.
That's funny.
She's going to burn in hell for this.
Some who fear for their lives. And the people are people who pick our crops and clean our office buildings, who labor in poultry farms and meatpacking plants, who wash the dishes after we eat in restaurants and work the night shifts in hospitals. They may not be citizens or have the proper documentation.
Yeah, they're criminals.
But the vast majority of immigrants are not criminals.
Stop.
They pay taxes.
Calm down. Wait a minute. Let me calm down. Calm down. That's, I mean, just to, which that statement is so, it's missed so much context. It's just, let me first.
And our good neighbors.
Let me just first say, when you said all immigrants are not criminals.
And a good chunk of them are.
Most legal immigrants are not criminals, which is true. But when you say most immigrants are not criminals, you know, it's miscontext, because some of the immigrants in our country is here illegally, which makes them all criminals.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Look at Melania's face. That's what I call a scowl.
They are faithful members.
The way she's looking. JD looked at Trump. He was like,
you know what he said? You hear this?
Of our churches and mosques, synagogues, wadara, and temples. I ask you to have mercy, Mr. President, on those in our communities whose children fear that their parents will be taken away.
Whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? Yeah. When you break the law, you got to suffer the consequences. Like, I'm an American. I break the law. I'm going to be separated from my family. That's my fault. Yeah. How about showing mercy and being compassionate for American citizens who has lost their lives because people are in this country illegally, not being vetted? Yeah. Where's your compassion for those people? What's compassion for women that don't want to go in the restroom with a man? Where's your compassion for them? What does it say in the Bible about that? It's immoral. It's an abomination. Right. What's she doing? Leading the flock astray. Yeah, you said it right that time. I was saying struck. It's flock.
And that you help those who are fleeing war zones and persecution in their own lands to find compassion and welcome here.
Why we gotta accept everybody?
Our God teaches us that we are to be merciful to the stranger.
God teaches those. God tells us to be merciful to the stranger, yeah, but he also gave us a brain. This person might be dangerous. I don't have to help him. God teaches that those people you're referencing, the LGBTQ, they're an abomination.
I'm saying, what?
Treat them good. But that whole trans rights, LGBTQ rights, it's not even equal rights.
It's preferential treatment.
Preferential treatment. Yeah. I'm going to go and finish this.
For we were all once strangers in this land.
JD's face.
May God grant us the strength and courage to honor the dignity of every human being, to speak the truth to one another in love,
Who needs to speak the truth?
and walk humbly with each other and our God for the good of all people,
Oh, you ain't praying to our God.
good of all people in this nation and the world.
Know these expressions, bro.
And the world.
His face, man. He's like, but I can't believe this. I'm in church. I'm in church and I'm still not safe.
Yo, for real. I'm in church and it's still politics,
Run into a
bro.
woke pastor? Yeah. Yeah, this is not religion. This is not a church. This is, you should lose your tax exemption. This makes absolutely no sense. You're not teaching what the Bible says. Yeah, you're supposed to be preaching the gospel. Yeah, you're just like when our kids go to school. You need to teach them how to do math, you know, arithmetic, reading, science, you know, learn.
Basics.
Right. But they push all this LGBTQ stuff on the kids. And you just... This is...
Yo.
I can't put into words. It's absurd. I like Laura Trump's face, too. Yeah, she remained stoic and cracked a smile. You know what? You can read J.D. Vance's face. I want to come up there. I want to. The way Trump and Melania are holding their lips the exact same way says it all.
They are.
I'm exhausted. Man, if you don't have a woman looking at you like Melania is.
Bro, that is horrible. That's
Like
not
if I was
good.
on stage telling jokes and I saw that audience looking back at me, I was like, man, I really suck at what I do. I mean, if I'm a pastor on stage and I see the expressions on these people's faces, you're not being a pastor. Well, her haircut says it all. I mean, I understand pastors should be reserved and conservative looking, but she's living a lifestyle that is not condoned in the Bible. She shouldn't be a pastor. She's an abomination. Right. False prophet. I guess you could call her. No. Maybe well, you can call her a lot more than that. Huh? You can call her a lot more than that. The book is filled. Like Jezebel? The book is filled with adjectives for her. You Jezebel.
Oh man, that's crazy, dude. That's crazy, yo. The faces had me dying. Why, dude? Man, this shit is crazy. This shit is crazy. Next video. CBS host Gayle King, I don't know if that's how you say the name, triggered by whites at Trump inauguration, then pushes DEI on the crowd. Okay. Right.
Looking at this crowd, I do not see many people of color. Does anybody else besides me observe that? I'm fascinated by why that is.
There's one, and that's enough.
What the fuck? What did she talk about? What's she looking
Gayle
at?
King. Yeah, CBS. Another dumb black woman. Okay, look. First of all, black people, we make up, what, 10, 11% of the population? Let's say roughly 12% of the population. 12%. So for every like 9 white guys or white person, you should see 1 black guy. Yeah.
I'm saying, but
and
like,
then
come on.
take into account There were only 12% of the population.
Yeah, and also take into account that 90% of that population votes for Democrats.
Right. So it would explain to you why it's not a bunch of Negroes at Trump's inauguration. It's just math.
Yeah, it's not an indictment on white people. It's not an indictment on Republicans that we're racist.
Yeah.
It's an indictment on black people that they're stupid.
Yeah. We can't help that 90% of them vote for one party no matter what.
And just to prove that it's stupidity and ignorance, there's no other group, no other demographic that over a 90% clip vote for one party.
And you can't say black people's an outlier. They vote this way every year.
Martin Luther King Jr. Day. The most notable and one of the most high-ranking is Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, first black woman.
Stop it. They're always pointing out that Ketanji, I can't even say that. I don't even like that name.
That Wakanda name.
That name from Wakanda. Wakanda. How you say it? Ketanji Brown Jackson, whatever her name is. Yeah. They keep saying that, she was elected because she was black. That is a flat out lie. They picked her because of her politics.
Yeah. Not because she's a judge, but because of her ideology.
Yeah.
She can't even tell you. She was chosen because she's supposedly a black woman. But she can't explain what a woman is.
Yeah. That's why they picked her.
That's why Biden said I'm going to choose a black woman. Nah, had nothing to do with her being a black and a woman.
Yeah.
It was her politics.
Yeah.
She's just a token.
Yeah. The only reason why Joe Biden said he was going to pick a black woman is because he want black women to vote and think a certain way.
Exactly.
That's the only reason why he said that.
And that's how you get a Gayle King talking crazy on CBS News.
And look at, before you start the video, look at Obama. Showed up without his wife, another black woman.
Didn't even show up.
And then you have a black woman on TV talking about, I don't see a lot of people of color. Like, that's shocking news to everybody.
Yeah.
To serve on the U.S. Supreme Court, notably appointed by Joe Biden as he wanted to follow in the footsteps of Jimmy Carter and appointing a number of women and black women to the...
See, they're pumping up Democrats.
Yeah.
All they're doing is painting the right as racist.
Yeah.
And then he pumping up Democrats. Oh, look at Ketanji Brown, the black woman, women. Trump got appointed, selected a judge, a female judge.
Yeah.
Where was this energy then?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now watch this. This gets worse. I think this is CNN. Watch this.
These intellectuals of hip hop, these are not except for Kanye, these are typically not political people at all. Like I said, there's some in the hood. There's this notion of he's tough. He gave us money, right? They're not.
I was reminded also. I mean, back in the '80s, Donald Trump was, at the boxing matches. He was with Don King. I mean, he was in a different place in the culture. He went into the '90s as the subject of rap songs. And just, Gayle, I know you're not a rap expert, but
I am definitely
not a rap expert, but something happened in this election, maybe, where because of his victory, all the business people were like, you know what? Trump is no longer politically toxic. And some of these folks are making the exact same calculation on the music side as well.
They are doing exactly that, and it is an honor.
Man, what did he say, the black guy
at the beginning?
What is it about these particular...
These are not the intellectuals of hip hop. These are not except for Kanye, these are typically not political people at all.
Yeah, he said they're not the intellectuals of hip hop. Yeah. Who is Cardi B?
Let me tell you something. I can't stand a bully. But just like Kamala, I always stand up to one. All the time, I'm ready for him. Yeah. And I'm going to be real with y'all. I wasn't going to vote this year. I wasn't. But Kamala Harris joining the race, she changed my mind completely.
Yeah. She's an intellectual.
Who is Gorilla?
That's a beautiful thing.
She got a beautiful spirit.
Beautiful spirit.
Beautiful.
And I just saw it pop up on my nerves feed. And I was happy. I was geeked. Why you laughing?
Nothing. I'm sorry.
What you laughing at, man?
Nah, it popped up on your what?
On my nerves feed.
Is she an intellectual?
What the fuck?
The one was twerking at a rally?
So if you're a black man and you vote Republican, you're stupid. But if you're a black woman and you voted for Kamala, that makes you an intellectual? Only reason why he's wearing those glasses because he wants to make himself look smart. You fake as a $3 bill. Yeah, why would you go on TV trying to give off the impression that you are so smart that you can talk down to black men because they vote a certain way against against who you voted for? I don't think anybody will confuse Cardi B as an intellectual. That's the argument you're making. Yeah. She's actually illiterate when you hear her read and talk and speak, whatever you want to say it. My grammar sucks too, but whatever. Glorilla. Have you heard her? She makes up her own words. Hey, that's beautiful. That's the way she sounds when she talks. Yeah, like y'all got so much heat. CNN got so much heat. Obama got so much heat for talking down to black men, telling them to step in line and do what they're supposed to do because of the color of their skin. And y'all still doubling down on that. Yeah. There's a record amount of black people who voted for Trump this time. Yeah. And you saying we're stupid? Y'all voting against your own priorities. All these legals, they take away resources from your communities, not white communities. Yeah, they're taking them away from black communities. They take the resources from poor communities. And everybody knows there's a wealth gap between black and everything in this country. Yeah. Look what happened in Chicago. Textbook example. They opened up schools for the illegal immigrants. The same schools that they closed, they said they didn't have money for that was for black kids. But Trump supporters, we're black, we're stupid.
Well, you heard them, fellas. You heard them, fellas and ladies. Apparently, if we don't vote for Democrats or Kamala, you know, we're stupid. Yep. That's how it be. That's how it be these days. You don't vote a certain way, stupid. Stupid reasons for being stupid. All right. Next video is titled Democrats Meltdown and Claim Racism After Elon Musk Salutes the Crowd at Trump's Inauguration. Let's go, Elon Musk. Let's go. Something vibrated. Yeah, I... Or not. Alright, I'm tripping. Yep, I'm tripping. Sorry about that.
You know, there are elections that come and go. Some elections are, you know, important, some are not. But this one this one really mattered. And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
Yeah.
The fuck was that? Was that a salute?
Well, he put a lot into that. Yeah, he was like, that meant something.
You know
he's happy, man.
You know they're gonna use that as a fucking Nazi, whatever the fuck that shit is, because he did the. What the fuck? I ain't never seen somebody salute like that, but hey. Ooh.
That meant something.
He grabbed his whole chest.
He's happy, man. Yeah.
Happy as shit.
My heart goes out to you. It is thanks to you that the future of civilization is assured.
Yep.
Thanks to you. We're going to have safe cities, finally. Safe cities.
Finally.
Secure borders, sensible spending, basic stuff.
Yeah, the basic shit. They just
and we're going to take Doge to Mars.
Yo.
All right, so I'm gonna show you what the
oh man, I love
the
Elon
Democrats.
Musk. That dude's funny.
The line scheming Democrats. Yeah, watch this.
Oh, here we go.
Watch this. Tell me what you think.
Thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
That's
Watch
all
this.
He shows.
Tell me what you think.
Yep. He don't show the full context
for making
of
it
what
happen.
he did. Yep.
Thank you.
See, he doesn't say anything. He wants you to think. He wants you to assume what he's thinking by his facial expressions.
Yeah.
He's not going to tell you actually what he said after the fact.
Right.
And anybody that knows history about that man that salute, that infamous salute. Yeah, nobody does it like that.
Yeah,
not one.
Not like this. It's just like this.
It's this.
It's just this.
Yeah,
Or
it's
this.
straight up.
Yeah.
It's not this.
Yeah.
Or this.
Right.
And they call us conspiracy theorists.
Yeah.
These are the same people that call Trump supporters conspiracy theorists.
Let's look at the comments, because we all know
We
the
already
people on the
know.
left, they're the dumbest voting bloc in this
We
country.
already.
Yeah.
I told you. I
Read the
brought it up
comments.
before we even
You would
thought
be
about
arrested
it.
in Germany for that gesture.
It wasn't the same gesture.
It's not
Yeah.
the same shit.
And why isn't mainstream media shouting to the rooftops about this? That wasn't a mistake.
All of women. Every last one of these people are women.
Yeah, well, he's gay, so women embrace that. Right. I've always embraced that in women. Scary but predictable. The dictatorship at work. Get ready. People are trying to claim he was just raising his hand. The willful ignorance is scary.
He didn't do this. He didn't do this.
Yeah.
He did this. And after the fact, his words matter. Don Lemon actually took things out of context, clipped it, and made it look like it's something it wasn't.
Yeah.
He's spreading disinformation. He's lying by omission.
Misinformation.
And he calls himself a journalist.
That's why Elon Musk fired you.
Yeah, he gave him a job. That's why he's not at CNN. Nobody believes him. Only the few believe him. The idiots that follow him.
Yeah, we are not even 4 hours into this administration, and I'm tired, so tired. He did it twice. Show the rest of the clip.
Hey, Keith, I'm done looking at this.
No,
This
let's
is
read his
brainwashed.
comments. Yeah. My jaw literally dropped. He would be arrested if he did that in other countries. I'm not surprised at all. How is he allowed to do this?
All these people are women.
And it's
We
straight
saw
women.
exactly what he
Holy
did.
shit.
Of course, they will try to spin it.
Yeah, if you
The only person spinning it is this
this
moron right
motherfucker
here.
right here.
Yeah. He didn't tell you that's what he did. He wants you to make the assumption that he did. Why? Because he does not want to get sued. He's willingly spreading misinformation.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be a journalist.
I think he should be able to get sued for that because you defaming him.
Yeah. But he didn't actually say the words. He knows the legal loopholes. If he doesn't say it, he said, that's not my assumption. I'm asking the people what their assumption is.
Here's
You know,
the full
there are
context.
elections that come and go. Some elections are, you know, important, some are not. But this one, this one really mattered. And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
He said,
My heart goes out to you. It is thanks to you that
My
the future
heart.
of civilization is
My
assured.
heart goes out to you.
Thanks to you.
yo,
We're going to have safe cities, finally. Safe cities.
The thing is,
Secure.
if he was a black man and he did that, nobody even bring this up. Nobody even bring it up.
Yeah.
Because he's white, there's different
And he's
rules.
a Trump supporter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's different rules for white people and black people. It's a double standard. That was a gesture that wasn't, it's not even, you can't even make, it's not even mistakable if you know actual history of that German gesture. It's like this or it's like this. It's never this.
Yeah. Here's another clip of other networks trying to play on this.
Wrapped up here, you can hear the. All right, so we just showed that. We just showed that.
Right. It's worth
Salute.
noting it was quick. I think our viewers are smart and they can take a look at that, but it certainly was, it's not something that you typically see at American political rallies, put it that way.
No, it was not something that you usually would see.
Man, these people are disgusted. They're not they're not genuine, they're not sincere. It's all about pushing their narrative for this administration, for Trump and his followers. That's what it's all about. It's not about America going forward, going in the right direction. It's about them getting back into power.
Yeah, it's about being divisive. They don't want to bring everybody together. They know
They
that that's
need to
not what
keep
that gesture was
everybody
meant
divided.
when Elon Musk did it. But they want to spread misinformation. They don't care.
Yeah.
They hate Republicans. They hate America.
Yeah, that's why they edit out the ending of why he did what he did.
If they would have edited out, if they would have kept, okay, that's the last video. They would have kept just an extra like 5-10 seconds. They would have known that his what he just did was a salute because he went back to his heart and said thank you. You know, like these motherfuckers, bro. I knew it. The moment I saw it, I was like, oh hell no. I already know these people. They always do that. They'll clip a piece, bam, you're fucked. You know? Like, damn, bro. Y'all really be about that life, huh? Can't even fucking put the whole shit in. And then he ain't even do the fucking salute, the German salute, bro. Like, come on, man. That would have been his hand actually up in front of his chest, up, nigga, like all the way up too. Like, come on. People, bro. Always trying to get other people in trouble for no reason. Let the fucking context go, bro. Fuckers. Hate these motherfuckers. Always with the bullshit. Bro literally grabbed his chest and pointed it out to the whole crowd. Come on, man. You never seen a German do that shit. They don't give a shit about nobody but themselves. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this hour. Seems like an hour and a half. Maybe. Hour and a half. 8 videos. Conservative Twins videos. Alright. Man. Well, we're gonna be I'm gonna be keeping up with them like kinda every month now, cause we gotta see what Trump doing, cause I don't always I don't look at the news like that. I'm not a news person, because they always showing something bad on the news. So we just gonna be kind of here and there, checking out my news is fucking Conservative Twins. That's what my news is, bro. Conservative Twins, Hodgetwins. That's what my news is. That's what I make my news is. My news is. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and it's been real. Hope you guys enjoyed at least some of this stuff. I didn't vote, but I do support Trump. So, you know, to the people out there that don't like me supporting Trump. Fuck you, I don't give a shit. Hey, we trying to make the country better again. Fuck all this bullshit. We've been bullshitting. Prices going up, gas staying up. Gas was at $1 and like 50 cents at one point. $1.60 at one point, bro, with Trump. I had a car back. I mean, I plan to get another car. That's whenever Trump's in office, that shit makes it to where I could get a car. This shit just lines up. So, you know, that's what we going for. Anyways, I'm out. Thank you guys for watching. I'm out. Peace.